What's up, guys? Peepo here, and today remix. Anyways, today's video is going to be a review of this. What is this? Why am I holding a mini stick? Because it is one of the newest mini sticks on the market in lacrosse right now. It is the Nature Boy Lacrosse Kraken mini stick head. Yes, this is on a wood shaft. I believe it is ash, either that or hickory. Either way, we're not talking about the shaft, although it is a really good shaft. As far as wood shafts and the mini stick go, it's pretty solid. So it's called the Kraken, Kraken. There are a couple of posts out there from like Go for Lax 5, Dark Star Lax, and a few handful of other guys out there that do what I do and do dyes and stuff like that. I'll get into that in a sec, but we'll talk about what I like about it first. One of the main things that's very different about this head from all the other mini sticks out there is that it can take a regulation size lacrosse ball. Most of the time, if you look at mini stick heads, it will be in the pocket just fine, probably come out okay, but it'll get stuck right about there into the plastic because it's just too narrow. So that's the first thing. The very first thing is that if this was a full size head, like the scoop and stuff was full size and the sidewall depth was the correct size, this head would be easily very legal for NCAA, high school, everybody play. But it is a mini stick, so it's still very much kind of tight, small shape and structure, which is completely fine with me. So that's one of the main things. So you can actually really go out there and play if you really want to. It's fairly stiff for what it is for a mini stick. It'd probably be, if it was a full size, I wouldn't recommend it for like a true D pull. I would use it for like a midi or attack. It kind of has a mid pocket structure with a bottom rail, which is perfectly fine. If you really want to have more of a higher pocket, lower pocket, mid pocket, whatever you want to have in a mini stick, you can definitely do that. Has a multitude of sidewall holes, whereas a lot of mini sticks will not have a whole lot of sidewall holes. They'll have like maybe 10. I wouldn't say even anywhere close to 15, but this one definitely has a multitude of sidewall holes. Again, if this was a full-sized head, I don't know how many guys out there would like it, but I like it that pretty much the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sidewall holes are oval in shape and fairly big, so you can load it up with shooters if you want. Super customizable. You can do all sorts of stuff with this thing. And then it has plenty of other ones going all the way down to the bottom. It has a very kind of twisted sidewall structure, strut design, which is really cool. It's not so much about like super performance. It's kind of about looking cool, looking different, not looking like somebody else's stuff. Your top string holes and your bottom string holes are definitely big enough for like full-size leathers if you want to go full-size, but Nature Boy Lacrosse provides these kind of mini leathers, which are I think 1/3 smaller than regulation or your average leather, which is perfectly fine. They're fairly sturdy. I'm not too worried about them snapping with me messing around and playing. Sturdy stuff. Top string holes are pretty decently spaced. I strung up one for them at LaxCon with fire mesh from Fire Threads, and stretching from the top string, it kind of felt like either a box or NCAA X6 spec top string setup, so that was perfectly fine. It stretches out just fine. If you go to like say the second sidewall hole, stretches out just fine as if it was a regular head, and then you can definitely string up pretty much any pocket that you want in it. I decided to go with a traditional because who's me without traditional, and it is a Maryland themed traditional. So One of the main things that I really like about this is if you're going to get a traditional, they do sell them with traditionals in them with, I believe it's pitas, but I threw a classic in it just because I like classics. Um, is that you can really get customized and be able to string pretty much how you want with these leathers. You can wrap around twice, do whatever you want, wrap around, come back, do fanciness with it. It is one string, one screw hole. Uh, that's their emblem for the ball stop. And another great thing about this head, and which completely brings it out of the realm of most mini sticks, is that you can dye this head like as if it is a regulation head, which is awesome. You don't get that a lot. Most mini sticks, it'll stain it, but it won't truly dye the head. It'll be like, say you're trying to go for a red on most mini sticks, it'll come out like almost not necessarily pink, but it will be like a magenta instead of a nice rojo red. Whereas with these, they will take the dye, and like the name Kraken says, it's a monster for taking dyes. It's really great. I know Go for Lax 5 and Darkstar did some pretty sweet custom Kraken themed dyes with them, and they looked great. It's got nice flat surfaces, so if you want to do dyes on the inside of the head, that's good on you. It doesn't have any of that super like matte to gloss to matte sort of thing going on. It's all flat and glossy, so it can take dyes really well. So as far as a mini stick goes, I was really excited about this. I was like, oh, it's a mini stick. But then I went over there and actually talked to the guys, and I think it's the Nick and Nick, the two Nicks. Yeah, I believe it's Nick and Nick. But so it was really cool. First, it was really cool talking to them, and then we really got talking, and then I was like, man, now I really want to put a trad in one of these. But I put mesh in one, and then they sent me one of these bad boys, and I was really happy about that. Has a pretty decent butt end and everything, and I couldn't be happier. So thanks Nix, thanks Nature Boy Lacrosse. Really made me happy for a mini stick, which I like. As funny as that sounds, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with it. Strings really well. All in all, I think for a mini stick, this is probably the mini stick to get. If you guys out there want to get one, I believe the full stick with the shaft and the head and a pocket should either be 40, 45. I think the highest that it goes for like strung and everything, I think is like 50 as at a high. I could be off by a little bit, but that's fine. If anything, it's less than what I'm saying right now. So for something that you can fully customize and make yours and go to the beach and have fun without screwing up your gamer, great idea. Great. And it has a wood shaft, so you can really play with your buddies and hit each other's sticks if you really want to. Hey, ECD, your 3-on-3s? Get you a few of these. Just saying. So I think if you guys are gonna go to the beach or even go have fun in a park, but you don't want to bring your gamer and stuff like that, get you one of these Kraken sticks, or even just get whatever else they have. But the Kraken is definitely a great mini stick to have. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you had fun watching this, and I'll check you guys later.